I need to learn what this cloud is. All right, it's recording.
Okay, so Christina just said that if anybody has any better ideas and you watch this back, we want opinions, we want feedback. We are doing this to better ourselves and hopefully help you guys better your business. We have this idea of the dominions that we have now, that those are going to be kind of like placeholder groups for announcements, for color drops, for people who are not ready to take their business to the next level. And then we want to start a combined group that is for anybody who wants to do that extra step, who wants to do the monthly challenges, who wants to be more one-on-one coaching, who is willing to do the work that, you know, we or other Sun Agents leaders, Coach G, Jamie, whoever it may be, Leslie, say to do to be successful, who are willing to do the work. Now, our stipulations to be in this group, it's not just anyone can be in it. So you have to be willing to work, and what that looks like is you have to participate. So if there's a live video, if there's a recorded call or whatever, you need to be participating, you know, commenting, interacting, letting us know that you're watching it, you know, asking questions in the group, getting to know each other. Like, we really want to build, I think both of us, especially because we're both obsessed with Rachel Hollis, like building this more tribe type situation where it's like, I don't know, we're all just like best friends helping each other grow our businesses versus like all separated, but then I don't know if that makes sense. But so we're still working out other qualifications. Like, we'll have like a monthly challenge every month that you'll need to participate in. And I'm not saying you have to win the monthly challenge. I'm not saying you have to be perfect at the monthly challenge, but you need to put in effort. So this group is going to be for people who are willing and ready to put in effort and, you know, show up even when they don't want to show up. And even if that means, you know, maybe the monthly challenge is like complete, let's say 16 things. That's like one thing every other day. I don't feel like that's a big deal. Like, and you at least, you know, you're trying. Maybe you only completed 8, but then the next month you completed 10. Like, you're just putting in the effort. So I think those were the only qualifications we've come up with so far. I mean, should I ask them their opinion about the other qualification?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so another CP started doing this, and she required a requirement, that makes sense, but you guys know what I'm saying, that you had to be a qualified distributor. So you had to be doing 300 PV a month, every month, in order to be in this group. And this group, it can fluctuate. Like, we all understand that there's seasons. We all understand that things come up. So if, you know, one month you can't do the challenges, then maybe you'll be removed. But then the next month you're ready to get back in it, you can get back in it. I was kind of iffy about the whole 300 PV requirement thing, only because thinking about people who are brand new, starting up, who are excited and want to do the business. Maybe they're not at that place where they can immediately do that, but they're like hungry for the knowledge and they want it. So I would love your guys' opinion on what you think, you know, putting a PV requirement on the group, what that, you know, looks and feels like to you guys, if you're for it, if you're against it. I would love to hear anyone's opinions on that. But so far, that's what we had come up with. That is where we will do all the trainings. That is where the Zoom calls, the recorded Zoom calls, this one will be put like in our other groups, but that's where the recorded Zoom calls will be. So basically it's like, you know, people who want it, instead of filling this group of hundreds of people who, you know, maybe they're just selling casually. Maybe they have no desire to do a business, but they're like, oh, I get together with my girlfriends every so often and we, you know, and I sell 50 PV here and I sell 50 PV there when they want it. It's about, you know, the algorithm. And when we have hundreds of people in a group and we post something and 90% of the group is not a business builder, then that affects the 10% who want to see stuff. You guys are not able to see all of the announcements, all of the things, because, you know, just of the, what's it called? Interacting algorithm type thing. So that was why in the other group, it'll be a requirement to be, and it's not going to be like every single post, Christina and I don't have time for that. Every single post, see if you're interacting, but it's going to be like, oh, we haven't seen so-and-so in a while. Maybe she's not into it or whatever. So anyway, what do you guys think?
I think with the PV thing, though, like, you should do it like Synergens, where it's like 90 days, like your first 90 days. Because typically if someone signs up, it could take them 30 days to launch.
Yeah.
So, like, I think the 300 PV thing is a good idea, but I think that especially if they're brand new, like just signed up, they should have 90 days to be able to get their business running.
So, like, add them to the group, and then, like, if they haven't hit that 390 days, then just remove them.
It would be harder to track, but I typically, like, look at Rachel. She is my boss. Like, she is running this business how it should be, and she signed up and ghosted on me for 3 months. Like, didn't return my texts, didn't return my calls, nothing. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I want to work this business.
Right. And that's and like the group will always be like evolving people in, people out, because, it's not going to be like a one-time only thing. And the other groups are not going away. They'll still be active. There'll be announcements. There'll be whatever. But, and maybe we'll just copy and paste and post the challenges. But we just feel like if we're spending our time interacting with people, coaching people, training people, just conversating with people so that we can all learn from each other, it would be better to do it in a setting where everybody wants it instead of feeling like no one's listening. At least that's how I feel. I can't talk for Christina. That's how I feel.
Yeah, and I told her today, like, I'm also missing, like, I don't know if it's just summer or whatever it is, but, like, I'm missing connecting with everyone on, like, a level. And when I think about having to reach out in individual messages to everyone, like, that overwhelms me. And then, like, I get in, like, a funk where, like, I'm just overwhelmed. So
100%.
I feel like I have, I don't know, like 40 to 50 girls who are even ordering, like, anything, like one PV to, like, whatever. But, like, there's a group of 300. Like, I want to connect with those 40 to 50 people that are working instead of just posting to a group and no one's liking anything because 300 people are trying to see it, but it's not showing up on their feeds.
I can tell you, I haven't seen any of the posts in Boss Babes. And it's the same thing with Alex's group. Like, I'm an admin of Alex's groups, and I don't get her notifications for her groups anymore.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's just, because it's all about, the internet. It's always changing. But if we just stay with the mindset of Facebook is for connection, that's Facebook's number one priority is connection, connection, connection. So if you post something in a group of 500 people and 10 people like it, Facebook is like, you suck at connection. And it's not going to show it to, the rest of the people in the group. If you have a group of, let's say 60 people that we have, or 10 or whatever it is, and 80% of them are interacting, then you'll be getting those notifications because, in Facebook's mind, you're doing what the platform's meant to do. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Oh, also, we're going to start doing the team. Basically, I'm sure you guys have seen the mega parties, the team mega parties. I have been learning. I'm sure Christina has too. We're scoping out other, not like in a creepy stalker like weird way, but like in an approved way. We're scoping out other groups who have done it.
Definitely doing it in a creepy way because that's what she does.
I would say some girl invited me to her groups, and I was like, I'm a Synergens rep. Like, what?
So
and I totally played along and like pretended that I wasn't, but
screenshots.
It literally was like this huge thing, and like, I mean, they did over $250 in giveaways, and all of their posts had like 100 to 200 people commenting on it.
Yeah. So
okay, so
Katie Hood did hers last week or something. She just did one, and then I think Marissa and she's doing one September 4th through September 6th. Mm-hmm. So we're going to hop in on that one. And then we're going to create our own. But it's so complicated.
Rachel's been watching trainings on it, Rachel Bosley, and she's been asking me to do it with her. And I was just like, I don't have the time.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a big one. My favorite one that I've seen so far, the chick who ran it said that it was more stressful and harder than when she did her 300-person wedding because it was so big. But they literally did like thousands of dollars in prizes because so many distributors did it, and they actually did prizes. So it's mandatory that the Synergence distributors, they have to be commenting and interacting, and if not, then you're like kicked out, banned, and you can't ever do a party again, because that gets other people interested. And it's basically the one I saw, it was an all-day thing, and it was like a video every hour on the hour, and it was everything from basically mostly skincare. There was only one lip sense video, and it was a how to apply video. That's it. Shadow sense. And then there was like how to do a top knot, how to curl your hair, how to make the best, easiest grilled cheese. Like, it wasn't just sell. It was like how to meal prep for 2 weeks in 20 minutes. Like, it was all these things that were like actually helpful. And so people were like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to learn how to curl my hair that way. Or, oh my gosh, I've always wondered how to do a top knot. Like, that's so easy the way you explained it. And it had crazy interaction. And they did $54,000 in sales in one day as a collective group. It was Natalie Shaw's, it's Natalie Shaw's Dominion. And one of my girlfriends is on her 5th line. And so I've been getting all the nitty gritty because Natalie Shaw's page and stuff is like locked down, like locked down. But they even ended up doing, because they had so many distributors, they even ended up doing prizes for distributors. So as we grow, it'll just get bigger and bigger and bigger, but it'll be a $20 buy-in. So far, all the ones that I've seen that have been successful, it's a $20 buy-in. And then that money goes in for prizes for the customers. And then I've seen some groups where it's like unlimited, you can invite unlimited people. And I've seen other ones where you're only allowed to invite 10 people max.
I was the one where they were only invite 10.
You what?
I don't know why she chose me. I said I was invited to one where they only could invite 10.
I don't know. But like, it forces people to actually be like, okay, instead of just adding a bunch of people and then it being something that people don't want to be in, again, the algorithm, right? You want people in there who are going to show up, be customers to it. You're only adding 10 people who it's like, hey, I only have 10 spots. If you want to be part of this, then let me know. And that's, how you keep that algorithm up, because every comment, every whatever, the customers are earning points. So the more interactive they are, the more points they earn. And then that's how they're able to win prizes. And then obviously purchases give them even more points. And then as a distributor, you keep track of, your 10 people, what they bought or whatever, and their points from commenting. And then you guys would email it to Christina or I at the end. And then that's how we would do that. But anyway, so that will be only allowed to people in this separate group, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean, it should only go to people that are working the business, truly.
Right. Like, if you want to be a part of these things that we're doing, then you're a business builder.
Christina made fun of me today.
What?
I said, I don't want to be part of it. Christina made fun of me today.
Yeah, and like...
So, yeah. You guys have any other, like, thoughts or adding to it or taking away from it or anything?
Not yet.
Can we just talk about how flawless Nicole's blending is on her eyes? Just saying.
Listen,
So
I was saying, can I just tell you how long I've been trying to match my eyebrows to yours, Christina?
I can't.
I don't even know how to do eyebrows. I'm like the worst girl. I have not plucked my eyebrows in probably like 6 months.
I have legit been growing mine out. Everybody literally like my eyebrows look like
I just got an
And her armpit.
and my armpits.
That's
I'm never saying.
Like, our bosses or something. Like,
We don't have a name.
I think we haven't thought of a name. We're open for name options. I was just gonna do M&K, like building business builders, because I was like, I'm not creative right now. I'm like, I can't. We can have a vote or something.
I mean, I bet you Dave could come up with a pretty cool name.
Yeah, I bet Dave could.
I mean, he did a pretty good announcement of CP.
I'll see what he's got. Ruined.
It'll probably be like the Dolphins team or something.
He's like, that's basically a mermaid and a pineapple combined. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't stand him. Yeah, so I don't. Nicole, what are you wearing on your eyes? Spill it.
It looks like copper rose.
It's the Lava Shimmer and Mocha Java.
That's it?
Totally off.
And then
So-
Sandstone Shimmer in the corners.
Oh, God. It's the.
I haven't opened a lava yet.
I'm like
Oh,
a
It's good.
All I know.
Well, I
is that
told myself if I didn't make 600 at my show this weekend, I wasn't. But I got monsooned my whole show this week, and
my internet is unstable.
you're frozen with the straw sticking out of your jaw.
So is my mental health, but no one's there.
He's frozen on my page, looking very worried.
And say it's